Also breaking tonight, critical week, as you know, for tax cuts. The Senate Finance Committee begins their markup today of the tax cuts bill, which as it stands right now has some very stark differences from the House version. It also appears to have a better chance of passage overall. At least that's the latest take on it. They're going to bring the vote in the House on Thursday. However, a key sticking point is, are you going to get to deduct your state and local taxes? That's one of the big issues in some of the most populous states in the country. Here with some answers, New York Republican Congressman Peter King. Congressman, welcome. Good to have you here tonight.
Thank you, Martha.
I want to start with this. I understand that you wrote a letter to try to open negotiations on this. Did you get any response to that?
No, we haven't gotten any response. But tonight, there is a meeting that the Whip Steve Scalise has called for 9 o'clock in his office. He's invited the New York delegation, so I will be there to see if they're going to have any negotiation or if they're just going to explain the bill the way it currently is. But as it currently is, I cannot vote for it because of what it does. It takes away most of the property tax deduction and all of the state income tax deduction. And that would be devastating to people in my district, middle and upper middle income people who are, by the way, the backbone of Trump supporters, because I have a Democratic district.
Yeah,
and I voted twice for Obama, but 9 points for Donald Trump this time, a 14-point turnaround.
So do you think, I mean, if they hadn't responded to you, say now that you've heard from Steve Scalise, but do you get the feeling that they don't really care about your district at this point, that they think it's blue and they're not going to worry about those areas of the country? New York, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, Illinois, California?
If there is a political decision made, it was certainly to benefit the red states at the expense of the blue. Now, Steve Scalise is a great guy, so he does care, but I don't see how they can get me to vote no, because, again, up till now, we spoke to him maybe several times, and there's been no counteroffer at all. There's nothing on the table right now. And it would really, it would actually result, I believe strongly, in a tax increase for many people in my district. And these are not high-end people.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to ask you, Congressman King. Give me an example of somebody who's considered, upper middle class in your district.
Yeah, and I know this sounds like a lot to the rest of the country, but if you're a police officer, a school teacher, firefighter, construction worker, you could be a husband and wife working together, especially if one of them has a second job. They could have an income over $300,000. But our property taxes and state income taxes would come to at least between $25,000 and $30,000. The cost of living is much higher. And for them to lose that deduction, in addition to that, lose other deductions such as the personal exemption, which would come to $18,000 for a family of four, that ends up definitely being a tax increase for them. And that's wrong. And these, again, are not wealthy people. They're hardworking people in a very high-cost part of the country. And again, if they want to do this, they should start indexing maybe. I mean, some states you can buy a mansion for $100,000. In my district, you would need $500,000 just to get started.
Congressman King, thank you. Always good to see you.
Thanks
for coming in tonight.